All right, so we're given the equation of a circle and we're asked to find the center and the radius. Now, to find these things, you have to know the standard form of an equation for a circle. So the standard form goes like this. So it's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. So this is just something that you're just going to have to know to solve this problem. You'll also have to know that from this equation, the center is the points hk, and that the radius is r. Okay, so these three things are just something that you would have to know in order to even know where to start with this problem. Okay, so obviously what we're given is not in standard form, so that's what they want us to do. They want us to convert to standard form. So we're going to convert to standard form. And this kind of contains a few little steps here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get your x's with your x's and your y's with your y's. So you want to get similar variables together. So it's going to be x squared minus 6x, and then you want to leave some space, and then you're going to do y squared plus 8y, leave some space, and then just do 8. Now, why do we leave space? Because we're going to do something called completing the square, where we take half of whatever this number is, which is 3, and we're just going to do 3 and we're going to square it on the side. And then we're going to take half of whatever this number is, which is 4, and we're going to square it on the side. Now, whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to do it to the other side. So we're going to have to do 3 squared here and 4 squared over here. Now, when you're done with that, you notice that you get 2 quadratic equations over here, right, which you can factor. Now, a little shortcut for this is you want to start with the first variable that you see on this side, which is x. Then you want to take the sign that you see, which is the minus sign or the negative sign, and you want to take this number over here, not the squared. You don't want to take the number squared, you just want to take the number itself, which is 3, and then square that whole thing. You don't want to put 9 in there. Just take this number here. Do the same thing for the other side. So you start with whatever variable you see first, which is y. Then you move on to the sign that you see next, which is the plus sign. And then you move on to that small number over here, which is a 4, and then square the whole thing. And then 8 plus 9 plus 16 is 33. Okay, and then now you finally have it in standard form. So from here, you can figure out what is your center and what is your radius. So again, your center is your h and k. So we know that h over here is this over here. So your center is 3, okay? And you disregard the listen, so whatever sign you see here, just put the opposite. So if it's a negative sign, then have this as a positive 3, because by default it's negative. But if you look at over here, it's actually going to be a negative 4, right? Because we have a negative here, but it's addition here. So just reverse it, because if you think about it, whatever number had to be here, whatever number was k, would have had to be negative in order to turn this to a plus sign, right? And you can check. So it's negative 4, you could check. So you could do y minus negative 4. Negative times a negative is a positive, so that becomes positive 4, and that's how we got this over here, right? So it's gonna that's the reason why you reverse it, just if you wanted to know why. But the key thing is whatever number you see here, just reverse it. So this would be positive 3, and then for your k, right, it would be a negative 4. Okay, that's your center. And for your radius is r, but here's the thing, we don't have r given to us, we have r squared given to us. So we have r squared is equal to 33. So all you have to do is solve for r. So you just take the square root, right? Because you don't want this squared. So to undo a square, you have to square root. So these cancel out because a square root and a root are a square and a square root are inverse operations of each other. So you're just left with r because these two cancel out. And whatever you do to one side, I can't even speak. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other side. So you have to do the square root of 33 on this side, and you're left with r is equal to the square root of 33. And these are your center. This is the center and your radius of this circle right here.